having this Studebaker. This, I mean, look at this. Talk about a flash from the past. All the great oldies, all the music for me of the 70s, the 80s, even the 50s and the 60s. Nothing feels better than that. And this is a way to not only enjoy the music, and the sound is amazing, but music, even if you have cassettes, if you have CDs, if you love listening to the radio, it's an AM, FM radio, there's even a port on these that you can plug your phone in and enjoy the music you have on your phone. But look at that. Is that a flash from the past? Or what? This reminds me of a radio that my grandfather had. It was a prized possession. My son is now in ownership of it, and it's just the most beautiful thing. It's a retro design. It makes me feel like I'm a little kid again. And that in and of itself feels great during a time in a year where, gosh, talk about having to make big adult decisions and deal with so much stress. Every once in a while, just lose yourself. Maybe you'll use this to get a good workout in, or just to have it on in the background, or take it to a park or a beach, depending on where you live. It doesn't weigh a lot. It's so cool. You can use not only the cable to plug it into an outlet, you will use batteries if you want to take it on the go and enjoy it wherever you go. I'm going to show you that these are, we've got a little microphone here, and these are all the controls. You can see it's very modern in some ways, very retro in others. So it's kind of the best of all worlds. Right now it's just a matter of, do you want the white or do you want this in the black? This is an amazing piece. I know Guy Yovan, if you tune in for his shows, he is so cute when he gets to offer the Studebaker. I was talking to him before my show today, and he's like, that thing is awesome. That is the best one. And we have different variations of this, but best price, all the great features, the look that you love, because it just brings you back to the better days, the simpler times, with all the music that we love, but still modern day music as well. But enough of me. Bobby Milliken is joining us on Skype to talk through the features that he loves the most. Hey, Bobby.
Hey, good morning, Callie. How are you?
I'm doing great, especially, feeling like, oh, remember the good old days, Bobby?
Well, it's so important. Like what you said, it really, I started to really concentrate and think about like how much something like this can affect my feelings and my mood. Because when you and I were talking earlier and conversating, we talked about how we felt when we used to have items like this that really made us go, basically take a time machine, go back in time to a simpler time. For me, that memory is making mixtapes for girlfriends. And I used to go play and record my voice and say, hey, honey, this is the next song. And as cheesy as it was, it's something that was special at that time. It was special for me. It was special for that person. So this is brought to us by Studebaker. They are the masters. I mean, they have been around since the 1800s. They actually started making those carriages and buggies. And now, for the last 40 years or so, they have been specializing in the step-up retro brand electronics. And the first thing I want you to notice is look how beautiful this is. This is that elegant white, and I believe you have your choice. Callie, you'll correct me if I'm wrong. You can get the elegant white or that classic black, but it's so beautifully displayed. You've got gold toned superior switches for the volume, for the AM, FM radio, for your cassette tape, and don't forget it does CDs as well. At only 4 pounds, less than 4 pounds, I can hold this with my pinky. It's portable. You can take this with you. And why do I say that? Because you can power it one of two ways, Callie. Of course, we're going to give you your AC power cord, so you can, if you're at home, plug it in, no problem. But what I love about this is if you flip it on the bottom, there's an opening there for batteries. It takes 6 C batteries. Now you're free. You're portable. Go to the park, go on the boat, take this wherever you want to have that nice nostalgic feeling and that great powerful music.
Yeah, the sound is great. I'm going to turn mine up. And while I do that, I want to show you something that I love. Do you remember this? I just love watching this. Watch. Eject. I love that. Remember these old school buttons? I mean, that. Talk about the better times, the simpler times of our life, just to be able to eject and to not only play your cassettes, I still have a ton. And to your point, Bobby, I have a ton of cassettes that my boyfriend in college made me, all of the music that we used to love together and some of the audio he sent me, like his feelings and all of those good things. I don't know why I still have them, but I do, and now I can play them. But I love too, you can see all of this. This is your tuning for your AM, FM radio. Hey, why not put it in an emergency kit and take take it on the go if you need to. With batteries, you've got access to all the information. But there's your AM, FM, detailing, CD and auxiliary, so you can, still, plug something in if you want to connect to, an outsource. Then we give you the volume control for this. We give you another. This side is cool because this is where it brings it into modern day. All this touch button action. And by the way, this one, oh, there's the play mode. The sound is great. This is the CD player on top. I'm gonna crank this up just to show you. I think I might have turned off my music. Let me see how that goes. Let's see, what should I do here? I turned it down, so I turned it off, Bobby.
Oh, I've got mine ready to play if you want to hear some tunes.
Let's do it. Let's do yours.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, here goes mine.
Listen. Volume control right there. You've got 2 speakers, Callie, 1 on each side. So I love that. You're kind of getting that. It feels like surround sound, but they are stereo speakers. So it's pushing that music to the left and to the right. So you get that full-bodied sense of the music. The switches are amazing. You've got a red LED light. I'm not sure if I can show it close up the camera right there, but all your CD controls are right there. Your play, your fast forward, your rewind, your stop, and you've got a track number by the LED red light there. It tells you what track number. You can also program this to play in order the CDs that you want to play. It takes the CDs, CDRs, CDRWs, and I can hit stop right here. The loading is a top loading. So you just use your finger there. You can see it spinning at the top. I love that top loading. I mean, the front is pretty cool too, but the top is also very easy to use, very convenient. And as far as travel, you've got this nice little handle and it folds down so slickly. It kind of fits to make that nice, sleek, low footprint. And again, the lightweight 4 pounds, you're ready to take this anywhere you go. And you mentioned the AM FM radio. I just want to point out real quick, Callie, before I throw back to you, is that you can't really underestimate radio. Some of us are, oh, radio's done. No, radio is not done. They have millions of listeners. Not only that, it's AM and FM. So if for some reason the power to go out in your house, you've got this guy with your 60 batteries. Now you're ready because it's basically you're part of your emergency preparedness plan. You can still tune in and get that important weather or news information.
You know what? That's a great point. And, oh, here we go. Listen, the old school radio stations. I'm turning, this is the volume. I don't even know what station I ended up on. I remember my grandfather laying in front of his radio every day after he got done with his farm work. And he'd lay there and just listen to the music, or to the news, and then he'd listen to his favorite waltzes and polkas and all the things that, for me as a kid, I have visuals of him enjoying, and this, honestly, it looks almost exactly like my grandfather's antique. I love the retro design of it. That in and of itself feels better. It makes you feel like a kid again. We do have both the black and the white. We are very, very busy on this one. I don't know if you just saw, over 6,000 of these have been ordered. I love it. I love anything that makes me feel like the simpler days of life again. And again, maybe you've got the CDs and the cassette tapes. It plays both. It plays regular music. There is an auxiliary port right there, so you can play the music straight off your phone. So it's definitely, part of the old school nostalgia and the modern day technology. The sound is great. It does operate on both battery and or the charging cord that you can plug into a wall, but you don't feel, restricted to that. Here's the white. Isn't that pretty with the gold?
And you said it, Callie, when you push the play button, you push that down. It's like that sense of you just did something. You felt it go down, and then you've got control, full control. Oh, there we go. That's playing from the tape. I mean, listen to the quality just from a cassette tape. And the thing about it is, you might think, oh, well, cassette tapes are kind of hard to find. They're making a big resurgence. They're more and more easily and readily available. So you can find those cassette tapes. And we did something awesome earlier with my daughter on here. We actually recorded her voice, because you can hit record, play and record yourself talking. Then you can record wherever you want. If you're practicing your singing, if you're just writing dictation or verbal notes, then you can take that and send it off to grandma or to grandpa. I don't know if you can hear this.
Oh.